would consider myself to be a pretty imaginative person. I would also consider myself to be a bit of an introverted lone wolf. Right? I tend to fly solo, tend to do things my own way and by my own rules, and that's all fun and great, but sometimes it's not great. I have been thinking a lot about relationships this week, all kinds of relationships, lovey relationships, friend relationships, relationships with dogs. I miss my dogs a lot. And in that process, I've come to a bit of a conclusion about my situation and my history, and that's that I pretty much do the same thing, and I've boiled it down to a formula, okay? Loneliness plus person on whom is being crushed plus projection equals bad news. Let's elaborate. I know we all like to think that we're resistant to like TV and movies and advertisements influencing us, but they influence us, right? So in my head, I have an idea of what romance is, of what love is, of what all of these things are, and I'm also a lonely person. You add to that somebody coming into your life, a friend maybe, a new crush, a new person in your life that you are super into, and that's usually a bad recipe. I can't really speak on other people's experience, but here's what I've done. I've basically turned these people into something more than a person. I've turned them into this idea, this super amazing being that is created essentially to be in love with me. I create a future in my mind where we're together and we're in love. A person is not more than a person, okay? A person is a person. Just a person. They're a human being. They're real. They're a real person with real thoughts, real desires, and a real life of their own. I get messages from people all the time basically freaking out about a crush or someone that they're into, and I understand because I've been there. I still do it. I get you. I feel you. But here's where we simplify, because you like a person. That's all that happened. You enjoy a person, and that's a cool thing. Now chill. Okay, follow me here. Just chill. Here's where you are in your life. Single with a crush on a person. You approach this person and maybe ask them out on a date. Whoa, that's a first date. That's a lot of pressure. Only it's not, because absolute worst case scenario is it doesn't work out and you go back to exactly the way you were before. A whole person standing on their own, living their life. Maybe you can get into the whole, what if I miss out on this opportunity, that opportunity, but again, those are all what ifs and they're not real. And I find that focusing on what ifs is not a good place to be. A person is just a person. That's all they are. Even a famous person. A famous person is still just a person. We're all just people doing our people thing. Everybody poops. Everybody does that. If you don't, maybe you have a medical condition, but there's a way that you get rid of stuff. Everybody does that. We all do that. That's pretty much all I wanted to say. Person's just a person. No finger guns. If you want to add more to this discussion, you can always leave a comment below. I love reading discussions down there. They make me smile. Hope you're having a rad day wherever you are, and I will see you guys on Monday. Hey friends, so if you aren't aware of what's going on Patreon, there's some stuff going on Patreon that I'm posting and making and showing to you guys, so you can check out the link in the description and read more about it. I hope to see you there. I love you guys a lot. More finger guns.